dramatic clock ticking. I like it. This is 60 minutes. More like 60 seconds. Start the clock, please. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and when it comes to sports, that saying is bang on. Sometimes the photo means more than the video. Take this, for instance, June 29th, 1986. Argentinian legend Diego Maradona being carried around the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City like a conquering hero following his legendary World Cup win. Argentinian soccer fans and plenty of neutrals have been waiting for this moment to come to life again. The wait has been for Argentina's chosen one, like Neo from The Matrix. They've been waiting on this. Well, the prophecy has been fulfilled. This was the scene in Qatar yesterday. Different time, same story. Argentina winning, and the little man wearing number 10 leading the way. Messi did his thing, winning the World Cup in front of a television audience of probably 2 billion people. First for Argentina since Maradona in '86. Messi was picture perfect. Nothing else to say. Those who ever doubted him are dumb. James Sharman from the Room 442 and Footy Prime, the podcast, joining us. Sharms, I know. I may have doubted Messi once or twice in my life. But you know what? It's not about that, Sharms. It's not about that right now.
He's not a fraud?
No, not a fraud. He is not a fraud. I once called him a fraud internationally. I don't know how many people. It's a different audience we're talking to here, Sharms, but maybe they don't know this. But big picture, aside from the fact I was wrong about Messi internationally, I feel like that's one of the most important soccer days we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, the old cliche is the sport won the day, and it did win the day. We've been looking for a reason to celebrate, this sport in a World Cup that's been mired with such a dark cloud for where it is and the issues in that nation. But from a footballing standpoint, it was a really good World Cup and a great final, maybe the greatest final we've ever seen. And we've seen the little man, as you called him, transcend the sport. Where I was watching the game at an establishment, there were, a lot of Messi fans, some Argentina fans, some French fans, but the Messi fans were so loud wearing their Barcelona or PSG Messi shirts. They weren't Argentine fans necessarily, but they wanted to see this guy win the World Cup to kind of cement his legacy as the greatest ever. I mean, the greatest of this generation, certainly. And now maybe that argument can be put to bed, perhaps. I dare say Ronaldo fans won't agree, but it was just a wonderful celebration of the game. An incredible match, great performances, the present, the past, and then the future with Mbappe having a wonderful match as well.
What's interesting, we got about a minute. Over your right shoulder is a picture of Cassius Clay over Sonny Liston. If we're on the theme of amazing pictures in sports history, this photo, we can cut back too many times here, guys. This photo is as good as it gets. People are putting Messi on the top of the list in terms of greatest athletes in the history of athleting. I still think he can't beat Usain Bolt in a race, and I think that's important. Where do you put him in terms of athletes?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I put Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali up by himself because he transcended the sport more than anyone else. He did so much outside the ring as well as in the ring. But beyond that, I put him right up there with Pele, with Maradona. Usain Bolt's Usain Bolt. I mean, like you said, the fastest man in the world. It's more definitive, I suppose. But as far as being a household name, I think Messi's right up there now. He's as big as it gets. And we've had the chance to watch him for the last 15 years. And he ain't done yet. He's not retiring. He's 35. So, yeah, I put him on that pinnacle of that mountaintop amongst the greats. And you got Ali above them floating around somewhere.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. We'll have that conversation about should he be done, because that's another thing kicking around this morning. I believe on leaving on top. Tom Brady, I think, regrets not leaving on top. To be continued. James Sharman, the Room 442, Footy Prime, the podcast. What a day. Love you, Sharms. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, mate.